Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. C, and today we're going to learn about how to create an underwater volcano. Let me go through the materials you're going to need. A clear container of room temperature water, and that means that I just put water from the tap and I let it sit in the room for a little while until the temperature of the water is the same as the temperature outside. You're also going to need a smaller container that will fit inside your large container. In the small container, you're going to pour hot water. And the hot water can be from the tap or it can be from the microwave, but this is definitely a parent helping activity, okay? And I have some food coloring for fun. I also have a pair of tongs, a ruler, and a dowel, and I'm going to show you why these are going to be necessary at some point. The first thing we're going to do is make sure that we have our room temperature water ready to go. The next step is filling the small container with hot water. So how do we lower little containers into a big container of water? There are a few different ways you can do that. For the bottle shape, I took string, wrapped it around the mouth of the jar, and I did a knot on one side and a knot on the other side and formed a handle. For this container, I took a popsicle stick and I wrapped it with rubber band, making it secure. It allows me to raise and lower. The other option is to have an adult help you by using kitchen tongs and holding the container and bringing it up and down as needed. Got my hot water ready to go. I'm going to carefully pour it into the smaller container. And I'm going to try to fill it up as close to the tippity top as I can without spilling. And now for the food coloring. What color do you think of when I say hot? Red. So let's add some red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks like a nice color. This is where your dowel comes in handy. I'm going to give it a stir. And now's the time to maybe think about your recording sheet. What do you think is going to happen? Draw a picture or write the word. And now we're on what I did. What I did. That's your procedure. Those are the steps that you took. I'm going to lower this into the room temperature water. When you lower this into the room temperature water, you want to make sure that you're going slow and steady, keeping that container upright. This is where you might need help. So let's watch what happens. Slow. And observe. What do you notice is happening to the red water? Like a volcano, it is literally erupting from the small jar. And it's collecting around the top of our room temperature water. Now, if you're asking yourself why this is happening, it's because water is made up of very small particles called molecules. And in hot water, the molecules are moving so fast that they're anxious to escape. So these hot water molecules are rushing to escape the small jar and are forming a surface area. Now let's do this in reverse. And let's think about this. If hot water molecules are moving super fast and they can't wait to escape, what happens when we use ice cold water? Make a prediction. I have my container of room temperature water, and I happen to have a smaller container because that's what I had available to me. I'm going to pour the ice cold water into this small container. I'm being very careful not to add ice cubes. When I think of cold, I think of blue, so I'm going to use some blue food coloring. just for some added drama, my skewer. Okay, same procedure. I'm going to carefully lift, being very careful not to tip the jar. I want it to go straight in. You might need some help with this. And I'm going to slowly put it into my container of room temperature water. Observe. So if hot water molecules move fast, then cold water molecules must move very, very slowly. They're not as anxious to leave the container. Now, if you remembered from our previous experiment, the red colored water stayed at the top, but with the cold water, it's completely mixing in with the room temperature water. And it's really no longer escaping that small container, is it? If you look closely, you can see that that small container still has a good amount of the blue, cold water inside. What really happened when you submerged the hot water into the room temperature water or the cold water into the room temperature water? Draw a picture or write words. What I learned. This is where you talk about that big 3-syllable word, molecules. Hot water, the molecules are moving super fast and they want to escape. And in cold water, the molecules are moving much slower. That's it for today, boys and girls. I hope you had a lot of fun exploring our underwater volcano.